Yes, good morning, everyone. Rohan, can you stop the screen share? Yeah. कैसे हैं सब लोग? बढ़िया.
Super.
Good, good, very nice. तो ये सेशन तब तक ऑन रहता है जब तक आपके वीडियोस ऑन रहते हैं. जैसे आपके वीडियोस ऑफ हो जाते हैं, सेशन ऑफ हो जाता है. इट्स न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी वी हैव बिल्ट इन. क्योंकि पब्लिक स्पीकिंग में जस्ट एक दिखाई नहीं दे रहा व्यक्ति, ऐसा पब्लिक स्पीकिंग तो नहीं होता ना. उसको पॉडकास्ट बोलते हैं. जिसमें व्यक्ति दिखाई नहीं देता, सिर्फ आवाज आती है. Okay, so let us start with this. Type in the chat what, according to you, are your strengths as a public speaker. And understand one thing: public speaking, matlab not necessarily कि you are facing an audience of 1,000 people. So chat में तीन qualities आपकी आप type करो. Even if you're talking to 5 people, it is public speaking. Sometimes even talking to one person is public speaking. So in the context of communication, in the context of talking to people, in the context of conveying the message you have in mind, the idea you have in mind to someone else, what, according to you, are your 3 topmost strengths? If you can write the answer as, all the 3 together, 1, 2, 3. एक साथ लिखो तो बढ़िया होगा. 1, 2, 3. And those already thought about the 3 strengths, also think about what do you think are your 3 weaknesses which are preventing you from becoming a great public speaker. 3 कौन से weaknesses हैं जो बाधा बन रहे हैं आपके अच्छे पब्लिक स्पीकर बनने में. Okay. Knowledge, connection, listening. Okay. Ability to convert the talk into a good outcome. Okay. Weakness, blank about content, fear of failure in the mind, how people are thinking about it. Okay. Communication, confidence, knowledge. Okay. Weakness, fear, confidence, knowledge. Forgetting things. Okay. I want to improve confidence, improve body language, and overcome fear. Okay. Lack of clarity. Okay. I can't frame the entire concept properly in the beginning and I get lost many a times. Weakness, procrastination. Fear of being judged. Okay. To see in the eyes of participants, conviction, confidence. Okay, these are your strengths. Okay. Will I be able to handle the questions? Okay. Not outspoken, voice not good, not fluent in English. You need not be outspoken, don't worry about it. Anyway. So now if you read what everyone else has written as their strengths, maybe some of them will connect with you. You will realize, oh yeah, even this is a good quality in me. I can do this very well. And if you read someone else's weaknesses, you might also connect that with yourself. You might feel, okay, yes, I think this is also one thing I should take care of. And the other way also would happen. Somebody's weakness could be your strength. And somebody who has something as a strength could be your weakness. This also can happen. Voice modulation. Okay. Binaji, I think you have got a good voice modulation. Maybe you haven't realized it. A little fine tuning and I think it should be done. Okay. Now, one very important thing is what should play more on your mind? What generally plays more on your mind and what should play more on your mind? The strengths or the weaknesses? Generally what happens? The weaknesses play more on our mind. हमको हमारे weakness की ज्यादा चिंता होती है कि इसका मैं क्या करूं, इसके वजह से मेरा पूरा बिगड़ जाएगा. और हमारे strength को हम भूल जाते हैं. We forget our strengths. But actually where our focus should be is our strength. If you focus so intensely on your strength, your weaknesses will not matter at all. Now, I don't know if you attended Public Speaking 2.0. In that, I had mentioned one point. What is your intention of your public speaking? Why do you want to talk to people? I'm going to come to 3.0. There are very interesting points, small points, but it can make a very big difference in your public speaking. So very soon we'll come to that. But in 3.0, I mentioned the point. What is your intention of public speaking? What is your why are you talking to a particular person? Is it just to make a show of yourself? Is it just to show who you are? Or do you want to contribute to their life? And I tell you, this was my biggest strength. I had all these weaknesses, which all of you have written: fear, forgetfulness, no voice modulation, people are judging me. What are they thinking about me? Going blank, everything I had, whatever you have written. So I can relate to everything that you have written. But you know what was my only strength? A very, very intense desire to contribute to the life of the other person. Whatever good I would experience, I had an intense desire to share it to other people. And it was this one point, my hands used to be shivering, my palms used to be full of sweat. If I had a pen in my hand, the pen would slip from my hands. That much my palms used to sweat out of fear. My heartbeat used to go fast. But because I wanted to offer that something so beautiful to someone else, I would keep talking. And not just my peers. I would get scared even talking to my peers. But I started talking to people who were like IAS officers, who were CEOs of companies, who were HR heads of big companies. I started talking to these people. I never had imagined I will be doing this thing. Talking to people who are so senior to me, who are 25, 30 years elder to me, who have got huge work experience, who have got a very senior positions, police officers. पुलिस का तो नाम से ही डरते हैं, बचपन से हमको मम्मी ने ऐसे ही डराया था, खाना खाए तो पुलिस आएगा. Right? And I tell you that one thing took care of the rest. And after some time, I realized, oh, why am I not feeling the fear? The fear was still there, but I was not feeling it. And then, of course, then I realized, oh yes, I can also talk to people. And then I started focusing on public speaking as an ability, as a strength. And then I started learning, yes, what are the things? So how can I completely eliminate this fear? How can I just get rid of this? What are they thinking about me? हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना, सबसे बड़ा रोग क्या कहेंगे लोग, है ना? तो नेचुरल है, जो भी आपने लिखा है ये सबको होता है. First of all, you understand that you are not out of the group. This happens to everyone, whatever you have written, and all this has happened to me for years. So keep that in mind. That's a very strong point, the desire to contribute. If that is your intention behind your talk, then the whole flavor of your talk is going to be different, and then the weaknesses will not be able to play much role. So, from the 3 secrets, let us now come to the first secret. The 3 biggest mistakes most people do while they are wanting to become good public speakers. First, by hearting your talk. Never by heart. What happens when you by heart? If you forget one line, you forget the whole thing. There is no need to by heart. See, by hearting your whole talk shows a lack of confidence. It is okay to go blank. Let's do it right now. Suppose I have gone blank right now. I'm looking at all of you. Aren't you beautiful people? So what's the problem in looking at you and admiring your beauty? See, Sanjay, how is he smiling? So intensely looking at the screen. Look at Leena. Look at Sunil Modi. Smita Chogle. We have Pravas ji also. Pravas ji, I'm honored you are there in the session. Pravas ji is a person who I admire a lot. I mean, he's an inspiration to so many people, I tell you. Whenever I go to Goa, I meet him. Rohan, such an innocent person, but amazing work he does. So just look at people. Now I have gone blank. I don't know what to say next. Now what one thing I can do? One thing I can do is, okay, so far whatever I said, everything is clear to everyone. I can always ask this, right? When I go blank. You can always buy time doing something. Okay, anybody has any doubts, you can type in the chat. I might not even read your chat, but I can always make this statement, right? Anybody has any questions, any doubts, write in the chat. Actually, I have gone blank. Best is, you know what? Oh, you know, I'm sorry, I've just gone blank. I don't know what to say next. Can one of you help me? I tell you, this is an icebreaker. When you make this statement, and I've witnessed this happening, I've witnessed other people doing this, and I have done this myself. I tell you, The audience, when they are watching you, they are completely shocked that how come this speaker is admitting his weakness and telling all of us that I've gone blank and asking help from us. Their whole attitude shifts. There are sometimes, the audience is sitting with this attitude. Okay, dekhte hain ye kya baat karta hai. Let me see what he talks. And if he makes one mistake, I'm going to pass a nasty comment and I'm going to shake this person. But when you drop your defenses, the audience drop their offenses. As long as we are trying to defend ourselves, the reciprocation of wanting to defend is somebody wanting to attack. The reciprocation of dropping the defense is they dropping their offense. This is the beauty. There is something else that works. So drop your defenses. In the Intimate Note to Sincere Seeker, Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar has written a piece on drop your defenses. You read that. Dropping your defenses gives you much more power than holding on to your defenses. So first point, do not by heart your speech. Because if you go blank, it is okay. If you forget, it is okay. There is nothing to defend. Second point. If you try to impress, you will fail to express. If you try to impress, you will fail to express. Never try to impress your audience. What is the use? You think if you impress someone, it stays for life? It doesn't stay for life. 1 second is enough to change from extremely good to horrible. 5 minutes, you are talking very nicely. People are clapping. One silly thing you do, people will label you horrible, stupid. Impressions don't last. Don't try to impress. If you try to impress, you will fail to express. You know why you will fail to express? Because in wanting to impress, you will lose your naturalness. You will lose your comfort level. And wanting to impress basically means continuously thinking, what are they thinking about me? And if you're continuously thinking, what are they thinking about me, you will not deliver what you want to deliver actually. So छोड़ दो उनको, just forget about impressing them. Typically, all these mistakes which I have done in my early attempts at public speaking, I'm talking from experience. Third biggest mistake aspiring public speakers make: copying someone else's style. I've gone through that. And I've seen how it bounces back. And I have seen when you see someone else doing it, it becomes more clear to you. हम खुद करते हैं ना, हमको पता नहीं चलता हम क्या गड़बड़ कर रहे हैं. But when you see someone else doing it, you start feeling, what is this guy doing? Who is he trying to imitate? अरे भाई तू खुद बहुत अच्छा है, तू खुद बन के बात कर. See, an apple by itself has its own charm, its own beauty, its own strength. If the apple tries to be like the mango, because mango is called the king of all fruits, the apple will lose its charm. And you will never discover your strength if you copy others. You have to be yourself, the way you are. The way you are extremely good. Don't try to copy others. Now, here there is a catch. If you are inspired by someone, some public speaker who you admire, if you are inspired by someone, trying to imbibe their qualities, their strengths is different from copying their style or mannerisms. Because somebody has the habit of doing this while talking. Are you getting it, guys? That is why you also start doing, are you getting it, guys? But is it suiting you? Is it suiting your personality? If it is not suiting it will not suit your personality if it is not coming naturally to you. I have the habit of doing this when I make a point. Are you getting this? But if someone else tries to do the same thing, it may not look good for them. Now, there are some people who have the habit of even calling idiot. But it suits them. It suits their personality. It suits their whole style and approach. That doesn't mean I can also call my audience idiot. It will backfire. It will totally backfire. So when does a person try to copy? When you feel you're not good enough. But I tell you, when you just be original, totally original, after some time, you will discover what's good and great about you. I want to give you the example here of a very well-known Indian Bollywood singer, Kumar Sanu. Kumar Sanu started his career by just copying Kishore Kumar's voice. And he used to re-record songs which have been originally sung by Kishore Kumar. And then that movie Ashiki came. I'm talking about 90s, not this latest Ashiki in which Arijit Singh has sung. The movie Ashiki came in which Kumar Sanu, somebody told him, you sing in your original voice. You have great talent, great potential. You sing in original. He had an extremely nasal voice. So he would cover his nasal voice and he would try to sing in Kishore Kumar's voice. For some time, people will appreciate, oh wow, Kishore Kumar jaisa gaata hai, kya baat hai. But nobody will take you as a singer for a long time. People will just appreciate, arey kya baat hai, Kishore Kumar jaisa gaya, acha gaya. One song people will listen to you, 2 songs. But people will not just generally play your track and listen to you for half an hour, 1 hour, if you're not original. So when the movie Ashiki came, he started singing in his original nasal voice and Ashiki songs became a super duper hit of the decade. I don't know if you people have heard, Saanson ki zarurat hai jaise. So in Kumar Shanu's nasal voice, Saanson ki zarurat, that zarurat, it would literally penetrate the ears. Sometimes it would hurt. But he continued that. He became a super hit. And he became the top singer. He decided not to copy. He decided to be original. His career took an exponential growth. So copying, for some short time, you might think it is helping, but it is not helping because you are only postponing your original greatness as long as you are copying. You are delaying your greatness. You are delaying your success when you are copying. So these are 3 biggest mistakes. Never by heart your speech. You can remember important points that in this 3-minute speech, I'm going to talk about 5 points. And these 5 points are A, B, C, D, E. That is fine. And on that point, whatever you want to talk, you have prepared. Preparing is okay. By hearting is not. Okay. Preparation, you have very clear on each point what you're going to see. I have prepared what I'm going to talk today. I have prepared, I'm going to tell you the 3 biggest mistakes. But I never knew I'm going to talk about Kumar Sanu. That is happening spontaneously. Even examples also I can think about, but I need not write the whole sentences and mug up the whole thing. That is not necessary at all. Okay. Now see, you are seeing that to look at the point, I'm reading at my notebook. It is okay. There is no need for you to hide. Now you have forgotten what is the point. Now the notebook is kept there a little far away and I have to keep looking at the screen and I'm trying to recollect the point. अरे ये लोग देख रहे हैं मैं कैसे अभी मेरा point मेरे को याद नहीं आ रहा है. What are the 3 attitudes? Oh, I forgot that. मैं क्या करूं? No, should I switch off my video? What is there to switch off the video? Just be natural. There is a notebook here. I've written my points. I'm going to read out the next point and I'm going to explain it to you. As long as I am giving you value, As long as I'm giving you value, you will appreciate it. You will not care whether I'm referring my notebook or not. But yeah, if I keep my notebook like this and I continuously keep reading, the first three biggest mistakes that people make: first, never buy out your speech. Second, do not try to impress, you will fail to express. Point number three, do not copy others. If I do this, then you will not listen. You cannot read out the whole speech also. Correct? But you can refer to your points. Okay. So, three questions you have to ask yourself. This can completely shift your attitude. Are you comfortable with what you are in your life? Are you happy about how your life is? And are you proud about who you are? What, how, and who? Are you comfortable with what you are in your life? You may be an engineer or, whatever it is. Are you comfortable with that? Or do you have some complexes about it? Are you happy about how you are living your life? And are you proud in being who you are? Are you proud? I tell you, these three questions can make a totally big shift. Because if you are comfortable being what you are, being yourself, if you are happy with the way your life is, if you are proud of who you are, that confidence, that comfort, that conviction is going to be reflecting in your speech. Proud not in the sense of being egoistic and arrogant. Proud in the sense of having a high self-esteem, self-respect, without any lack, without any inferiority complex. So these are very intrinsic qualities, which if something inside is not all right, then the outside will reflect it. गाड़ी का इंजन ठीक नहीं है, गाड़ी को कितना भी अच्छा पेंट दे दो, गाड़ी अच्छा परफॉर्म नहीं करेगा. इंजन ठीक करना पड़ेगा. These intrinsic abilities are the abilities which became refined in me when I did the DSN program. Going beyond the lack, going beyond the inferiority complexes, taking pride in who I am, having my self-respect, my self-esteem in place. This happened with the DSN program. Okay, now, what should be your attitude towards your audience? Do not treat your audience as an opposition party. Do not treat your audience as your enemy. Do not treat your audience as your judges. Treat your audience as your friends. Treat your audience as your friends. If you treat your audience as your enemies, you are making your job difficult unnecessarily. They are there to support you. They are there to help you. See, Jaisi Drishti, Vaisi Srishti. If you look at them as an opposition party, now I have to impress these people. They should, they should feel happy about what I am doing. If you treat them as an opposition, they will behave as an opposition. If you treat them as friends, they will behave like friends. It is not you are one party, audience is another party, and now there is a fight that's going to happen. There is a competition that's going to happen. Who is greater? No. There is no competition. Your audience is with you. Please understand that. Take them with you in your speech. Point number 3. Giving a speech, you are not teaching your audience. You are not preaching your audience. It's not teaching or preaching. It is sharing and giving. You're offering something. And definitely it's not teaching. In fact, you are there to learn. If you go with the attitude, now I will teach these people, that will change the whole flavor. If you go with the attitude, now I will teach these people, people will create a wall. They will not want to learn. If you go with the attitude, now I will share with these people. I'm also going to learn. I'm also going to have a learning experience with these people. Your entire audience will start learning with you. Now, what I am doing right now here is, I'm not trying to teach you anything. I am just sharing from my experiences. I have gone through this. I have fallen flat on my face because of these three biggest mistakes. And these three attitudes have helped me. Whenever I did not apply these attitudes, I had unpleasant experiences. मैं ये फेस कर चुका हूं, जो मैं फेस कर चुका हूं वो मैं आपके सामने रख रहा हूं. अभी आपके हाथ में है, इसको लेना है नहीं लेना है. I'm not imposing anything on you. I'm not trying to convince you. I'm sharing you what I went through, the plus and the minus. Yeah. So what are the three important attitudes? How comfortable, happy, and proud you are about yourself. Second, audience, don't treat audience as enemy. Treat them as your friends. And third, you're not teaching, you are learning. You're not preaching, you are sharing. You are sharing, very important. There is a very thin line between teaching and sharing. Teaching means what? मुझे तुझसे ज़्यादा आता है. I know more than you. That is teaching. You may be talking the same words. But if you have this attitude, I know more than you, then you have started teaching. If you have the attitude, you also might be great. I have gone through some experiences which helped me. I'm going to tell those to you. See if it benefits you. Now you are sharing. Now you're not teaching. And you will see the greatest of the speakers, no, they have this. It doesn't feel like they are teaching us. It doesn't feel like they are giving a talk. They have conversations with us. When will a conversation happen? When you are sharing. How do you talk to a friend? Do you give a talk to your friend or do you share with your friend? कभी आपने बोला ऐसे, अब मैं जा रहा हूं सीसीडी में मेरे फ्रेंड को टॉक देने के लिए. मैं फ्रेंड को मिलने जा रहा हूं. आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू शेयर सम थिंग्स फ्रॉम माय लाइफ. हम लोग पिकनिक गए थे, ग्रुप ऑफ फ्रेंड्स. मैंने टॉक दिया. अरे टॉक क्या दिया? पिकनिक में तुमने शेयर किया, मस्ती किया. Isn't it? So then conversations happen. When you are wanting to share, conversations happen. When you are wanting to teach, you will give speeches. And nobody likes speeches. The formula for guaranteed success. How many of you want to know this formula? Type formula in the chat. Formula for guaranteed success as a public speaker. Okay, 10, 15 of you have written, but there are more people sitting here. Come on, come on. Now also write how many of you are ready to implement the formula. Write the word implement. The formula is extremely, extremely powerful. I mean, this formula improved my public speaking skills. I implemented it. It was uncomfortable and humiliating at times, but I implemented it. Okay. You know, on the Nike logo, there is a tagline. What is it? Can someone type in the chat? On the Nike logo, Nike sports shoes, Nike sportswear, there is a just do it. This is the formula. Keep giving talks again and again without shame, but with dignity. That is the formula. Keep giving talks again and again without shame, but with dignity. See, you can be shameless and dignified both. And you have to keep giving talks again and again, whether you are prepared or not, whether you will get humiliated or not. That is the most powerful formula. All your weaknesses will be taken care of. All your strengths you will start utilizing if you just implement this. Public speaking अगर सीखना है तो क्या प्रैक्टिस करना पड़ेगा? साइकिलिंग, स्विमिंग, पब्लिक स्पीकिंग प्रैक्टिस करना पड़ेगा. इंग्लिश सीखना है तो इंग्लिश प्रैक्टिस करना पड़ेगा. संस्कृत सीखना है तो संस्कृत प्रैक्टिस करना पड़ेगा. Isn't it? गुजराती प्रैक्टिस करके फ्रेंच नहीं सीख सकते. पब्लिक स्पीकिंग सीखना है तो पब्लिक स्पीकिंग प्रैक्टिस करना पड़ेगा. सिंपल है. कुकिंग सीखना है तो सिर्फ ईटिंग करने से कुकिंग नहीं सीखता कोई. कुकिंग सीखना है तो कुकिंग प्रैक्टिस करना पड़ेगा. प्लीज गेट दिस. और तुमको लगता है वेदर यू आर नॉट गुड इनफ एंड वगैरह, आई टेल यू दैट इज व्हाई आई हैव रिटन विदाउट शेम. फॉर्मूला में इसके लिए लिखा है, कीप गिविंग टॉक्स अगेन एंड अगेन without shame but with dignity. Being ready to fail doesn't mean you have to become shameless, doesn't mean you have to lose your dignity. एक dignified way में अपने आप को present करते हुए करो. If it doesn't work, ठीक है, you failed, do it again. Yeah, you have to share your experience. Okay, so let's do a recap. The 3 biggest mistakes: never do this. Do not buy out your speech. If you try to impress, you will fail to express. So don't try to impress. Third, do not copy yourself. Next point, the 3 attitudes of great public speakers. Are you comfortable, happy, proud with yourself about what, how, and who you are? Do not treat audience as an enemy. They are your friends. Right? And third, you're not teaching while giving a public speech. You're actually learning there. You're not preaching, you're actually sharing. It's a sharing and learning. And the formula is just do it. Keep giving talks again and again without shame, but with dignity. If you come to my DSN program, because all this I learned through DSN. In Rishikesh, we have a DSN program from April 14 to 17, and the DSN program offers a lot of flexibility. All these things happened to me after I did the DSN program. And even those who have done, you should not resist from doing it again. Advanced course should be done minimum twice in a year. DSN course should be done once in 2 years. If you have done a DSN program more than 2 years ago, you must do it again. And the focus in this DSN program is going to be on, breaking those limitations and bringing out and blossoming the personality. That is the focus. So now what points I have said, see that point is very subtle. Are you comfortable with what you are? Are you happy being whatever you are doing in your life? Are you proud of being who you are in your life? For this, some inner surgery has to happen. Some inner surgery has to happen. Something inside has to be fixed for that. Then only that optimum comfort level comes. If you have done something wrong in the past about which you're feeling guilty, and that's bothering you, मैंने ये नहीं करना चाहिए था, that doesn't allow you to be proud of who you are. It takes away your self-esteem. What happens because of that? You go somewhere to present something, people are able to read it, I tell you. People are able to feel the lack of conviction. People feel ये authentic नहीं है. कुछ तो गड़बड़ है. Your wives will show it. So how to bury the past? It's not actually bury. How to burn the past, how to overcome it. Not hiding it somewhere. How to overcome it. That has to be done. Only when you're free of your past guilts and regrets, any blot on your personality or character you feel is there, if only when you wash it off, you will come across as a charming person with great positive vibes, and people will like to listen to you. People will enjoy your company. They will want to be in your presence. They will like to hear what you're saying. But if you're carrying something, it doesn't work. And if you yourself have a complex, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, something inside in you has to be shaken for that complex to be thrown off. Then it happens. So in fact, public speaking and the abilities that develop in the DSN, they are so connected. What we have decided to do is, people who will come for this DSN program, we will be giving them, I have a very exclusive program called Public Speaking Mastery Blueprint. That program we will be giving to you complimentary. It's a very detailed program. There are 12 different chapters in that program. Each chapter has got important points. That whole program will be given to you. It's an online program. It's a pre-recorded video program that will be given to you if you enroll for the DSN. Any questions anybody has? Rohan, you can, if you are still live on YouTube,